It says it should be up and running, but I'm not seeing it live. Oh, there it is. Why does it say upcoming? It created an event for it instead of actually going live. Okay, now it's live. There we go. We are live now. We have it live on every channel. Now I just got to find it and put it out there for the guys. And let them know it's live. There they go. Okay, Jamie, I'm sorry about all that bullshit and getting everything ready. So, how's your week been? Jamie might not be up in here yet. He's out running the... Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I'm here. I just have my mic up on my head.
Oh, okay.
Can't really talk up there.
You can, it ain't gonna work very well.
Oh.
So, we have 13 drivers. You said you're going to run the qualifying laps. Are you going to run the race, or are you going to park it and come up into the booth and try and watch the race?
I'm going to try to run as many laps as I can to try to give the viewers there a view, in-race style view.
Okay.
Just the way that's running it.
Oh, shit. Who's the 53? The 53 is Slim Bowden. Is he having issues tonight with his
I think he just
sounds
lost
like you're
it.
a million miles away.
Is this better for you? No, I've actually got the microphone turned down just a little bit so that I don't blow people's eardrums out. Is that better there, Colton? Because I don't want to wind up blowing out people's ears and stuff, so let's take it to 10 decibels. That should be better. Much better. Alright. So,
Yeah, it sounds a little better, Mark.
alright, I appreciate the feedback. I do hope everybody has a good race tonight. So,
He said it's Mobetta.
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 The fastest car on the track belongs to Brandon Barrier still. Nobody can do his Ross Chastain moment when he actually took the lead with the fastest time. He's been able to do that once and not since then. But I think it's going to be, he did that just to come in and brag that he's got the fastest time for the time being, because when his kid wakes up, he's got to go.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a new daddy, and congratulations to him.
Oh, yeah. My wife said that his baby boy is not a baby boy, it is a toddler coming in at 8 pounds. And I asked her, well, if that's the case, what am I? Because I weighed almost 11 pounds. And she was like, well, you were ready for first grade.
Yeah. You were born with a beard.
Pretty much. So, but we do have a brand new dad in the race tonight. So, he's been expecting this baby for I bet his wife's been ready for this baby for the past 2 months to get out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, he took a picture and posted it of her, and she had the look of if she could get a hold of him, she would kill him type look. So.
It's a good feeling to know that you've created something and brought it into the world in your image.
Yeah. All my kids have come out bearing some resemblances to me.
Oh, Lord. No, I'm just playing.
Oh, no. My oldest boy has some of my facial features, and my youngest boy has some of my facial features. My girls don't. So, and like I said, my wife said that the 8-pound baby was a toddler, and I was just a kindergartner. I would have killed her. All her babies were 6 pounds, she said.
Yeah.
So she said she's glad she didn't never have one of my kids. Right?
Now all my kids are like 6 feet tall.
Well, that's not my fault.
I'm 5'4".
I know you're short.
All my kids are taller than me, but they only weigh 6 pounds when they were 4.
They were all little ones, but they're not so little anymore. You're the little one.
It's pretty bad whenever a grandson qualifying.
Oh, we got Scott Peck out there telling the 16 and 75 to have a good race and good stage points tonight. He said he'd pay good money for a little tap to the 82. So, do what? Who? Oh, Brandon? Yeah, he's racing. We all did. Yeah, he's the baby's asleep right now, so. Jamie said he was going to send him a little care package and let him be able to go home early tonight from this race to go be with the baby. So.
Yeah, it's always good to talk a little smack.
Oh yeah, you got to talk smack to each other. If you're not talking smack, you're not having fun. So.
The only issue that I'm having with my car now, well, no, number one is I'm slow. Number two is I keep locking up my front. I can't go any lower on the bias with it, so I don't know what to do with that.
Are you doing any trail braking going into the corners?
Well, yeah, coming through the center and out I am, but it's getting in is where I'm locking them up, so I don't know if I'm just...
You might.
Difficult.
Oh, you got one going around. Who was that? We're watching Kenneth Peck right now. So, Scott, your brother's doing a pretty good job, but he's not doing the best job out there as he ranks 7th right now on the track. And there goes the 53 again. I think he's Slam Bowden has nothing but butter for tires tonight. Yes, Hercules. So, we got at least 3 viewers watching everything. 2 of them appear to be in Twitch and 1 in YouTube. So, I might turn the volume up just a little bit more. It was hurting my ears a minute ago, so. But with the camera switching and mixing it up, we've got the big mix of everything out there tonight.
I don't know if they're downshifting in the turns either, so that might help.
Let me see. We'll listen in on Larry and see what he's doing. Go right into that nose. Yeah, Larry is downshifting and braking before he gets to the corner there, as he scared Bubbles. He's downshifted twice going into 3, so he went from 4th to 2nd. go back exciting and go back to the TV mix.
Actually, he might be going. I don't think he'd go forward to second. I think he's going forward to third.
Well, I heard double downshift. That's the reason I was saying I think he went to second. And there goes Colton Lamford around all by himself. Nobody giving him a helping hand. So we got 36 seconds left of the practice. We'll go ahead and get ready for the qualifying coming up and see how everybody does on that. Wasn't this the track that Tommy was able to get sideways on and actually get between the barrel and the pit entrance?
I think so.
And there they go, getting ready to go into the pits and get started on the qualifying. Who's going to be the first one out on the track?
I don't know. It's hard for me to tell you. I won't have your broadcast stuff and watch it while I'm doing the race. That'll trip me out.
Yep.
So I'll just keep it on here and give you the view of what I see.
That'll work. So we're watching James Nelson go around now. It's funny. It's labeled Curtis Sovereign as Bubbles, and he is doing his first lap around. James Nelson has a 19.77 currently. We're watching Michael Kurtz as he makes his laps around. Give y'all a quick update of the race. As everybody's out there, the current temperature is 77 degrees Fahrenheit, 58% humidity, partly cloudy. Track temperature is 79 degrees currently at the paperclip. And we've got 200 laps at this track. How big is this track, by the way? 0.49 miles, so half a mile too. We got 100 miles at the short track tonight. Watching Justin Smith as he makes his way around the track. And there's Jamie Mullins, watching him go around the track. We still have Tommy Osborne, Slim Bowden, and Colton Lamford to qualify. Those three may just say, fuck, we are not going to do it tonight, and we'll be at the back of the pack. Now, with Larry Stubblefield, he will be qualifying for pit stall only. He will have a EOL and starting at the back of the pack. And then James Nelson. No, who won last week? It wasn't James, was it? Yeah, it was James. James Nelson will be at the back of the pack, I do believe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's going to be in the back.
I think it'll be just Larry and James. I'm not sure.
No, well, James didn't win last week. It
Who?
Was,
but James came in second. Kurtz was the one that, for the
Kurtz.
playoff points.
Kurtz won last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kurtz won, but James came in second, and so he was the leader, or the points leader, or the playoff winner. So I don't know if they're going to give him an EOL or not, but we do know
I don't
that.
know.
I came in second, Mark.
I don't know. I can't give nobody EOLs because I screwed it up last week.
Oh yeah, that's true. It looks like Tommy Osborne's fixing to pull out of the pits. I'm not sure if he is or not. It just says he's in the inn. And then it flashed to his car sitting by the pit exit.
I do know. I'm still on a high from that race last week. That was an iconic race. It just amazes me, the racing that they had there at the end of.
Oh yeah, that was an awesome race all the way through. And I'm sorry, Colton, I know that you were in the top 3, but I couldn't remember if you were in the top.
We'll see how we all handle going from the largest track to the smallest track that we got. So
Oh yeah.
hopefully we'll have a pretty uneventful start. Hopefully everybody settles down and gets into a groove pretty quick, and we have some
All
good
good,
races.
Mark. I
think
finished second. James came third.
All right.
I'm thinking
So,
we have stages at 50 and 150. I'm pretty sure these guys will correct me if I'm wrong.
oh yeah, it's 50 and 150. So here is the loadout, or not the loadout, but the lineup. It's Larry Stubblefield is in first place, so he may get booted to the back. And it looks like he did get booted to the back with Kenneth Pack, because James Nelson is showing up as
I'm
being
gonna give myself an EOL here, guys.
in first. Now this.
Yeah, we'll be giving EOLs here in just a second.
So it's got James Nelson on the inside, Michael Kurtz on the outside, Jamie Mullins to the inside, Justin Smith to the outside, Brandon Barrier, the new dad, to the inside, Gregory Robinson to the outside, Colton Lamford to the inside, Bubbles, Curtis Sovereign to the outside, Michael Boone to the inside, Slim Bowden to the outside, Tommy Osborne to the inside, Larry Stubblefield will be in the back, and Kenneth Pack will be moving to the back.
Y'all go around me.
And Jamie Mullins is moving to the back of the pack as well. Now, Jamie will be doing his from inside the car. So
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. We'll see how this works out. Like I said, hopefully they can keep it straight, get strung out for a little bit, and get some racing going in. But if it gets to the point to where I can't do it, I'm just going to hop out and
just jump up in the booth.
jump in the booth and concentrate on that. So.
Well, that'll work.
So right now we're just warming the tires up a little bit, I guess, trying to get this car. Like I said, I think the issue we're going to have at first is a lot of brake lock up at first.
Oh yeah, everybody's going to overdrive it going into 1, and we're going to see it. It'll be 1 or 3 where the first race is, and there goes the pace car. He's off the track. Listening to them as they come around.
Green flag.
And there's a bump to the back of the 75 and a bump to the back of the 9. So the 9 gets punted and left all alone on the high side before the race even gets started.
Yeah, it's almost 3 wide in front of me there.
Yeah, it looks like they're going 3 wide into turn 1, but it's just Justin Smith gets punted out of the way by Colton or by Bubbles. I'm gonna have fun saying this all night long. James Nelson is rounding the corner. And we're watching Bubbles right in front of you there, Jamie.
Yeah, that following that McDonald's car is making me want some fries.
It does make you want to be a little bit hungry, huh?
Yeah, I'm a little bit hungry. There's a caution out now.
Let's see. That yellow flag came because Gregory Robinson crashed in turn number 2, it looks like. Let's go back and take a look at that and see what happened. Oh, no, it started him in turn 2. We're watching, and Gregory is right there. Just loses it coming.
Taking middle of the back stretch.
He loses it coming out of 4 and taps the inside wall, but no major damage to his vehicle in that one.
Hopefully he can get back out.
Yeah, all he did was lock him up and probably gave his tires a bald area. Just a little.
Yeah, I got during that little bit of a run, I had Larry in my filling up my rear view mirror. I wanted to let him go, but I was like, no, it's a little bit too early. He can earn it.
Yeah. It's showing Larry Stubblefield now, right there. And so the lineup will be James Nelson on the inside, Brandon Barrier to the outside, Colton Lamford to the inside, Michael Boone and Bubbles are fighting it out for 3rd and 4th. Actually, what?
Oh, man.
They're going, oh, shit! I just watched that. You got ran over big time.
Yeah, I don't know what that was for.
I'm going back to watch and see what happened. I just looked at the screen to see what was going on, and somebody come flying out, hit you, Kurtz, Smith, and Slim. I'm trying to see what happened. Kenneth Pack had a throttle lock up on him, it looked like. Let me rewind that for just a second.
I guess that's going to be my race because I got to go in and fix this.
Yeah, Kenneth Pack comes out of nowhere, and I don't think Kenneth is there. I think Kenneth is actually not in the car right at the moment because he just slammed right through everybody. So let's see if that was I don't think it was intentional. I think his car glitched out and he just drove through the entire field.
Yeah, well, it put me a lap down, so we'll see what happens. Actually, I'm going to be 2 laps down because I'm still in here fixing my car.
Yep. It's showing you coming out.
Yeah, I'm coming out.
And there's the green flag. Nelson gets a jump, and he's off and away. Brandon Barrier is staying pretty good on the inside to the outside.
What I need is another quick caution.
Yeah, you are the lap down car, so you might get that caution here in just a second because Justin Smith is having troubles going into the corners. He is swinging it wide, and Kenneth is on the rampage to get to the lead. I don't know what happened with Kenneth or what was going on there, but he just drove right through that entire field.
Yeah, he did. He killed me. He brought my hind end up. I don't know what he was doing.
He took out like 3 or 4 cars. So the faster pairs have been used on a couple of cars already.
I didn't use mine. I stayed in there, but
we're watching as Michael Kurtz makes his way around the track.
I just can't turn this thing. 'Cause I guess they didn't want me in the race.
I don't think that was the problem. Oh, Brandon Barrier just blinked out, going into 3, where he reemerges. He come out right in front of Larry Stubblefield in 4, so Larry's not appreciative of that, and James Nelson is giving up the lead to both Brandon Barrier and James Stubblefield. So
yeah, caution would be good right now for. I hate being taken out over a glitch.
yeah.
I guess it didn't only get me. It got I don't know if Curtis was involved in that or not.
It got, it said about 4 cars were involved in that one crash besides Kenneth. I've got Jamie Mullins, Justin Smith, Michael Boone, Larry Stubblefield, Michael Kurtz, Justin Smith, Slim Bowden, Tommy Osborne, and Gregory Robinson were all involved in a wreck. But it doesn't say anything about Kenneth Pack being involved in it.
Yeah.
So Brandon Barrier's trying to lead the laps now. He's got Larry Stubblefield right behind him, and Larry is closing the distance on him. I guess Brandon is going to be doing some mirror driving right now.
I'm doing all I can to not go any more laps down, and hopefully either a caution comes out early or I can hang on for the end of the stage.
I hate to
go.
I hate to tell you, but the one that just went 1 lap down is Bubbles. So you're 1 lap down, and he is 1 lap down. You're ahead of him, but Brandon is trying to catch up and close the distance on you. He, looking through his mirror or front end, I can see you entering into the corner of 1.
Yep.
And Larry Stubblefield is giving him a push through the corners as he looks in on the back end of Brandon. And in his side view mirrors is James Nelson and Michael Kurtz. Brandon got pushed to the side just a little bit, so there's a drag race in front of Nelson going into 1. This is not a super fast track, so the track speed, most of the drivers can get to a max of what, about 120 before they have to start braking and downshifting?
Somewhere around in there. I think I'm hitting, I'll tell you in a second. Yeah, about 120.
Now, I see Brandon Barriers trying to close that distance on you. We're at lap number 24 of 200. At lap number 50, I believe, yeah. I know lap 50 is the first stage break. I'll check to see what the second stage break is.
I thought they said 150, but
all sessions have been made. You aren't. Let's see. Yeah, it's 50 and 150 with the. So between 50 and 150, you got 100 laps to run on that set of them tires and fuel. Did any of you during practice do a fuel check? And Brandon Barrier got pushed to the outside. Larry Stubblefield is now the race leader.
no, I didn't do a fuel calculation. I was just trying to see if I could get my car to rotate.
Let's see. try and take a look to see what the fuel gauge meter says here.
I don't think I'm going to hold them off.
Bubbles has gone down 4 laps. So even if they get by you, you will still be the lap leader.
Yeah, but I won't be get the wave around is the problem.
Well, what I mean is, at the stage break, you should get the wave around, being 1 lap down.
Yeah, but
Or 2 laps.
2.3 seconds. No, I'm only 1 lap down, I think.
Yeah, you're only 1 lap down, and you're 0.2 seconds ahead, or barely ahead of them.
Yeah, I'm going to do everything I can to stay in front of them. That means I got to block and do whatever I got to do. I don't care who it makes mad. At this point, I'm kind of upset.
Oh, I can understand that. Because y'all were under caution, and for some reason, Kenneth just drove through the 7 cars. It's 7 or 8 cars.
Kind of upset.
So.
It takes a lot for me to get mad.
Yep. Hate that you've gotten upset and that things have gone that way. We have 6 viewers out there watching us tonight. If y'all are out there watching, say hi and let us all know where you're watching from, who you're pulling for, who your favorite driver might be. And welcome to the Hillbilly Scramble, which is 100 miles here at Martinsville, which is a 200 lap race. So we are racing for the playoff points, and currently Larry Stubblefield is earning the most points for the race, as he went from the back of the pack to the leader of the pack. We've had 1 major caution that was brought out by Gregory Robinson when he self-spun and hit the inside wall, and then under caution we had some kind of glitch with Kenneth Pack driving through about 7 different drivers and causing a major incident. And now the caution is out again because we just watched Curtis Bubbles Sovereign go around in front of somebody. I don't know who we were on.
I'm the lucky dog candidate. That was the thing.
You should be the lucky dog candidate because you were the 1 lap down there, James.
Yeah, it just popped up.
So for those that are watching at home and don't know, we have a driver, Jamie Mullins, in the booth and also commentating from inside the car. And Mr. Mullins is trying his best to keep his cool and keep his focus. He's more talented than I am. He can drive and talk at the same time, whereas I can only talk or drive. So
well, it's getting difficult to do both. Even being mad.
Well, I'm going to go back, and under caution, it looks like Curtis wound up getting into a wreck with Gregory Smith and Slim Bowden. So let's take a look, see what happened under caution, because I've got Slim and Gregory also crashed at the same time. We watched... oh, yeah.
What happened with all that glitch? It was a glitch with iRacing or something. That's why I disappeared. I disappeared. Everybody disappeared to me. And I think some other people are having some issues, so that's what happened.
All right. So there
Okay.
you hear Kenneth Pack giving his explanation of what happened. He had an iRacing dropout, and His car kept going. Nobody else was on the track with him, so he tried to hold the line, and he just drove through everybody that was on the line.
Well, that explains it. That's all right though. I don't know where the pace car is at though.
Currently the pace car is. Wait,
I got it.
Going into 1, it looks like. Yep. Now in 2.
I had some optionals that I had to do. I still didn't get them all done, but
The pace car is on the back stretch, about to come around, and pit road is closed, ladies and gentlemen. So it looks like Brandon Barrier is in the pits. I'm not sure if he is out of the race or not, but he is in the pits alone. Nope, he is coming back out of the pits and back out onto the track. So Brandon Barrier is now in 12th place. We have 13 good drivers out here, from Larry Stubblefield, James Nelson, Kenneth Peck, Justin Smith, Gregory Robinson, Colton Lamford, Michael Kurtz, Michael Boone, Slim Bowden, Tommy Osborne, Jamie Mullins, Brandon Barrier, and Curtis Bubbles Sovereign. That's going to be getting chuckles the rest of the night, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah. Like I said, I got him in front of me again, and I still want some French fries.
Green flag.
There goes the green flag. Larry Stubblefield gets a good launch. James Nelson must have been counting on it, because he's staying right there with him as they go into turn 1, and down the backstretch they go. Kenneth Pack is pushing James Nelson to the high side a little bit in 3 and 4. So James Nelson is not able to get down around the curve. He is staying in that concrete area, though. They are side by side going into 3 and 4. Larry Stubblefield is just out for a Sunday drive, it seems. Now Kenneth Peck is moving up. And Jamie Mullins is getting told to move low.
Yeah, look like Brandon wrecked
Quickly, tell me what you got.
Lap 45, yep. No, Tommy Osborne is the one that crashed on that one.
Was it?
Let's take a look at camera 1.
It's hard for me to see it. I just saw a car turned. I didn't know if Brandon got into his left rear or.
So Curtis Sovereign is right in front of you, and as he goes around, he just barely gets tapped by Brandon, and that turned him. Well, then Tommy Osborne got caught up in that as Curtis comes off of the wall. Tommy just unfortunately was right there and gets wrapped up in it.
There's a lot going on. I'm just trying to see, but it's hard for me to see what's going on.
Yep. Curtis was bounced off of the wall by Brandon Barrier, so.
Barrier hit the barrier.
Yep. Barrier turned Bubbles into a barrier. And that will be the stage finale, I'm guessing. Because this is lap 47, they're going to lap 50. I'm wondering, they're on lap 48 now. The lights are still on the pace car.
Now, I would assume they would call this being the stage, because we're not even 2 to go.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and just, to be on the safe side, take a picture of it.
Stage break, stage break.
Yep. Take a picture of the stage and let everybody see where everybody's at.
I hope everybody's able to repair their car, you know, Tommy and Curtis. I don't know how much damage they've got, but
Curtis, he wound up going into the wall and then getting hit in the rear end. Tommy just, I guess Tommy seen him, and he locked it up and spun sideways and tapped Curtis and spun him around a little bit more. So
there's going to be a lot of different pit strategies on this one here. So.
Oh, yeah. And right now, Michael Kurtz is in the lead. He stayed out. Brandon Barrier stayed out. Michael Boone stayed out. Tommy Osborne surprisingly stayed out.
Yeah, I think I stayed out too.
Yeah, it says that you still out there. From the start of the race, you have.
I think there's another wave around coming. I think they're giving Curtis some wave arounds here.
Yeah, Curtis was a couple laps down. I'm going to have to do something real quick because I forgot to turn off the spotter. And so the spotter is telling me to do a wave around. Oh, there's a lot of people crashing under caution. I don't know if it's because iRacing's counting going off track or not. Let me double check and see.
So hopefully these guys behind us with the fresher tires can get some patience going on here, and they got the freshest set. See what happens.
No, the reason Nelson got listed as crashed is because he blinked out. The pace car is off. Lap 51 of 200. As they come around the corner, it is Michael Kurtz, Brandon Barrier, Michael Boone, Tommy Osborne, Colton Lampert, Jamie Mullins, Kenneth Pack, Larry Stubblefield, James Nelson, Gregory Robinson, Justin Smith, and Slim Bowden with Bubble Sauburn in the rear. Michael Kurtz is able to jump out with Brandon Barrier right there behind him and form a single file. Tommy Osborne is in single file as well, but it looks like we might have side-by-side action between Mullins and Boone. And now I gotta go back to my excitement. Yes, Hercules. We do have side-by-side action going in the one, as on the outside, Larry Stubblefield goes around Boone, and Kenneth Pack is trying to get around Colton Lanford. And the caution comes out.
Back up.
Caution comes out because around goes Bubbles.
He's having a rough night.
He is. I don't think Bubbles is going to make the playoff advancement.
Well, he might be dropping some fry grease down on the concrete there.
Oh, no. Justin Smith gave him a helping hand on that one.
Maybe he wanted to add a little bit of salt to them fries.
Yeah, Bubbles gets a little bit of a tap. Oh, he locked it up coming out of 3, and so Justin Smith just helps him around, and yeah, so slipping and sliding tonight is all Bubbles is doing.
Yeah, and I'm stuck in between 2 teal cars. Kind of like the American flag and the sandwich there. It's a pretty eventful race. It's I still keep locking the tires up going in, and Larry seems like he can roll it a lot better. Might be because he's shifting and I'm not. Could possibly be it.
I appreciate the update, Razzie. How's it going there in Korea? So
That and my interior keeps tripping out on me, and when I go in the back stretch, my roll cage shines up really white, and then it gets dark going into
that
3.
I think it's because the lights aren't all the way on all the way around the track.
I don't know, it's freaky.
Well,
I mean, they're white right now, so, but when I go down in here and I come across, go through turn 1 and 2, it gets really bright.
yeah, that's because they have a spotlight right up against the track. Then in the corners, going in and coming out, they have spotlights right up against the track, but in the straightaways, there are no lights against the track, so it goes dark because the nearest light is about 200 feet, or actually, I think it's about 100 yards back behind a hill. So the hill is getting lit up, but not the track. And then along the front stretch, the stands are getting lit up, but not the track.
I don't know what's going on now, but I didn't know Curtis was coming way around. I never got the notification. Now I'm getting it again, so I don't know what he's doing. Is he getting another wave around? What's the game plan here?
I don't know, but the lights are out on the pace car. He's coming up fast onto the back of the track, and he's at the back of the pack. So now we're going to see if Kurtz can hold off Brandon Barrier, or if Barrier can time it just right and jump in front of Kurtz. Watching you get a little bit wide, you've got Stubblefield just inside your blind spot. Tommy Osborne's able to get around Brandon Barrier, take over second place, with Michael Kurtz still in first place. You got pushed to the outside, Jamie. You've got Kenneth Peck and Larry Stubblefield working their way around you. Michael Boone is knocking down your back door.
Yeah, I'm letting these guys go as much as I can because I know they're in the playoffs. I don't want to mess them up any.
Yep.
They can just roll through the turns a lot better than I can. Might be, I don't know if it's they got pressure tires or what the game, what the deal is. I'm gonna try shifting and see what happens. Nope, that ain't it.
Oh, Jamie, we just watched you go into the wall. From inside the car, you want to walk us through this? As you're going into turn 3, tell us what happened.
Well, I tried downshifting. I didn't know if that's what they were doing, and I think I just stepped on the throttle too hard. It happens.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in and
Brandon Barrier's going in to get new tires.
now I'm going to keep the tires on it. I just want to come in and get some optionals done.
Try and get the wind resistance fixed.
Yeah.
So Kurtz is in first place, Tommy Osborne in second place, Larry Stubblefield is in third, Kenneth Peck in fourth, James Nelson fifth, Justin Smith is in sixth, Colton Lamford in seventh, Gregory Robinson eighth, Bubbles Sovereign is in ninth, Slim Bowden in 10th, Michael Boone 11th, Brandon Barrier in 12th, and Jamie Mullins, when he gets back out on the track, will be in 13th. About how much?
Like 26 seconds worth, but.
All right, pace car is about to come around turn 1. It's entering turn 1 now. It's in the back stretch. So
Yeah,
that
I'm
just
going
puts you, that puts you a lap down, it looks like.
No,
No?
I'm still on the lead lap.
Okay. I didn't know if you got out before the pace car
Yeah.
came around or not.
Yeah, I did. I still got like 24 seconds worth of damage I got to fix.
It only takes 19 seconds to get around this track. Something's wrong with Brandon Barrier's car.
I think he might be adjusting his steering wheel. That's what I'm thinking he's doing.
Okay. I saw him pull off to the side there to let you by.
Yeah, well, he moved up there. I didn't know what was going on, but I figured he stopped for something. But
It said he crashed under caution.
no, I didn't see him crash. Well, I was a ways behind, so I don't know. But let's see how these guys are. Let's see how they do it. Hopefully I don't bring out another caution, but if I do, oh well.
Yep. Take a quick look at the battle boxes. It's Colton Lamford's moved up 2 spots. Gregory Robinson's holding steady at 8th.
There we go.
Yep, there it is. There goes Gregory. I shouldn't say people's names because as soon as I do, they wind up.
Yeah, that typically works. That happened in front of me, so I don't know.
I'm watching it now. Gregory Robinson's 3 wide between Curtis and Justin Smith, and he just came down on Curtis, and Curtis pushed him up, and Gregory didn't have nowhere to go. So
try to catch up here and see if I can.
We're at lap.
Go ahead. No, I'm talking to myself here, just out loud.
We're at lap 71 of 200, ladies and gentlemen. We're over a quarter of a way to being done at the Hillbilly Scramble, but we've had some rough ones here tonight. From one driver just glitching out and driving through the entire field, taking out 8 cars, to...
Well, depending on where I'm at, I might do that just to pick up a win.
You could do the winning in.
No.
No, this is playoff rounds. We are down to... I got to pull up the playoff schedule and see who's actually in the playoffs.
Yeah, I tried to get that out. I think it's, believe it or not, I think Larry's actually on the cut, below the cut line.
So James Nelson currently stands with 1,564 points. Colton Lamford, 1,547 points. Gregory Robinson, 1,548 or 45 points. Tyrone Yo has 1,544 points. Larry Stubblefield has 1,536 points. Justin Smith is got 1,529. Kenneth Pack and Curtis Sovereign are tied for second place with 1,500 points. So Curtis Pack from Larry Stubblefield, or Curtis, yeah, Curtis Sovereign and Kenneth Pack, Justin Smith, and Larry Stubblefield are on the cut points for this. So they have to win or be in. They got to win it to be in it. Tonight and next week at Darlington. Darlington is going to be a very fun race for these guys.
Yeah, I won't be up in the booth for that one. I may join for the season finale, but I won't be here for next Friday's. The battle in front of me now.
Yeah, the battle is between Bubbles and Barrier. Barrier just tapped Bubbles right out of the way. to move around him. Watching as Smith jumps up to 118 miles an hour before he has to slow it down. Going through the corners, it looks like the top speed is about 80 miles an hour. Most of the drivers are doing.
Or a spin.
Oh, yep. Barrier goes around in front of everybody. Does it draw the caution, or is he able to hold it and keep everybody going? The race stays green.
Locking my tires in front of me, trying to stay off Smokey.
We're watching as Jamie Mullins is watching the side-by-side action in front of him. It appears everybody is on the lead lap right now, though Bubbles is slowly working his way backwards instead of forwards.
Yeah, his car doesn't look like it's handling very well, so there's a spin behind me.
Yep, there goes Boone. Boone just went around behind you, but the caution has not come out yet because he has not interfered with anybody else. He got the car up and running, was able to continue going. Barrier is now beating down the back door of Bubbles. Bubbles is giving him the leeway. And the 14 just got moved out of the way by Larry Stubblefield. Kurtz got pushed to third place. James Nelson and Larry Stubblefield was able to take care of Boone, was able to go around. Hold on, let me pull it back up. They were able to work it and just move Kurtz out of the way. Kurtz got a little bit high into the concrete there, and he grabbed that asphalt and it pulled him to the wall. Tommy Osborne's able to move past Kurtz for fourth place. Colton Lamford's looking to do his work to get around. We're watching Kurtz as he tries to get back up there on the Tommy Osborne. Kenneth Pack is in third place. Tommy Osborne has fourth place. Kurtz has fifth place. Colton Lamford is trying his best to get to sixth place and take the fifth place away from Kurtz. Brandon Barrier has crashed.
Yeah,
My bad, Jamie.
that's number 2.
Oh, that's right. The new dad is not going to be able to get away with it for too much longer.
I knew he was faster, so I gave him the outside, so I think he got in there just a little bit too hot and tapped me a little bit. But
he got in there underneath you, and from the looks of it, you came down as he was trying to turn, and you got into him. So.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Brandon. I thought I gave you room, buddy. I guess I didn't.
He was trying to lock it up.
Oh, well, that might have been what I thought what the smoke was, but
yeah. He was trying not to hit you from the looks of it.
I appreciate that. All right. I stand corrected. I'm not afraid to.
But he took responsibility for it.
He didn't need to do it then. I mean, it was obviously me. So.
You're a little bit higher on that one, and yeah, he was at the bottom of the track, and you came down just a little bit into him.
All right, I stand corrected on that one. Yeah, I'm not afraid to admit my faults. You know, even I do it.
But it didn't throw the caution.
No, we saved it, and he actually did the gentleman thing, I guess, and
Let's take back
let
the
me back
spot.
in. Yeah, so I mean, I guess I owe him one for that one. I'll let him back by when he comes by. I know he's faster than me.
Yeah. He's had a pretty good car tonight. We're on lap
Yeah.
number 92 of the 200, ladies and gentlemen. And the other voice you hear is the 66 Jamie Mullins.
Not having a good night tonight. So here he is behind me. I'll let him by this time. Since that was my fault. There you go,
Yeah.
Brandon.
Now, be careful, because Gregory Robinson seen that, and he's right on Brandon.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he needs to do it. That's what you do. You take advantage of the guy in front of you.
Yep. I'm watching Curtis, and who's with Curtis right there? Slim Bowden. Oh, Slim got in the bubbles just a little bit. Tapped him and pushed him up the track going into one. So Bubbles isn't too happy, and the leaders are catching up to Bubbles. Michael Boone's already a lap down. The leader is right on the back bumper of Slim Bowden and Bubbles. So, Jamie, if you want to try and stay on the lead lap, you might want to put a fire in your butt and get out.
No, I'm fine. I'm just riding, man. Like I said, I don't want to get in anybody's way, cause anything. And I was going to hope at least I could get a bird's eye view of what it's like racing behind the leaders, but can't catch up to them to do it.
You're about to get a bird's eye view of what it is to see them in your rear view.
Well, maybe I can give you a bird's eye view on what it's like to try to stay on the lead lap. No, I mean, ever since I was out of the playoffs, I'm just riding around, you know what I mean?
Yep. They're
It's been a good season.
6 car lengths back and closing.
Yeah, they're fine. Like I said, I ain't going to get in their way. You got these two guys that's running for the championship.
Yeah, Larry is a win and in type deal. He's got to win it to be in it.
Well, I mean, believe it or not, you know, I think Larry, time and time again, has proved how fast he is. And I mean, he's been on doing this since, holy cow, probably about, if I was to guess, probably anywhere between 8 to 10 years.
I think he told me once it was 8 years that he's been in this race.
We're not, I mean, we try, but I think, like I said, I think he only runs maybe, I would assume 75% is what he normally runs. So, I mean, I know I'm not in the same league as he is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, he's probably, I think, the favorite to win it. I mean, he ended up with, what, 12 wins in the season to begin with? So,
yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
He goes in, he wins the season with the most wins, but for the playoffs right now, he's on the cut line, and he's trying to get as many points as he possibly can to make it to the playoffs. So tonight's race and next week's race are just points before the cutoff for the Final Four. Then the week after that, it's done. The season will be over, and the playoffs will, whoever wins it will be crowned at the last race, and I forget where the last race is now. Homestead?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's where it's at.
I know we got Darlington next week, so I think it is Homestead.
It's been a long season, so I mean, I'm glad it's kind of coming to an end, I guess.
Yeah.
Hopefully, these guys can get some recruitment races in. We can bring in some more people. We got some really good guys in this league.
Yep. Now next season, I'm not exactly sure how they're going to do it and whatnot. How long between they're going to take for a break between this season and next season. So, but
yeah, I don't know. They haven't mentioned nothing to me about it or anything along that nature. I got Kenneth breathing down my neck now, so I'm gonna move up here, get out of his way.
James Nelson just moved in the first place on the inside of Larry Stubblefield. He moved Larry out of the way going into one and was able to take first place away from him. And now he's fighting to hold Larry back there in second place.
Thank you, James. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, there was a mischief coming out of 4, and James Nelson stumbled, and Larry took advantage of it. Was able to jump back into the lead over Nelson.
Yeah, it feels like I'm parking it right in the center of the turn, so.
Not seeing too much as I hit the dashboard and see the speeds going into the corners. They're going from 113 down to 65, and then as they come out, they're able to get up to 118 is the max I've seen so far, but in the corners they're about 65 miles an hour.
Yeah, speeds has slowed way down. Right now it's just about tire management, who can manage their tires better.
Whenever you pitted last, did you do tire change?
No, that I didn't. I just went in and got some damage fixed.
It's 114 laps of the 200 at 150. We'll be doing second stage break. And at that time, a lot of people will be getting new tires and topping off the fuel. Did you take fuel at the...
Yeah, I took fuel. But what I might do is I might try something a little bit different. I mean, I'm on a lap down anyway, so I can either ride. I think everybody's on the lead lap except me, right?
No.
Am I the only ones?
No. Gregory Robinson starts the lap down. And he is, according to the readout, it looks like Robinson is 1 lap down, Slim Bowden is 1 lap down, Boone is 1 lap down, Bubbles is a lap down, and you are a lap down.
Oh, all right. So I'm bringing up the rear.
Yep.
Good to go. That's what I wanted.
You are in 13th out of 13 drivers.
Yeah, I got to let these guys by me too here. They got a little ways to get to me, but I don't want to slow down too much. All right, Tommy's coming to me pretty good, so I'll let him by right here.
We're watching Larry Stubblefield's about to put Brandon Barrier. He just put Brandon Barrier down a lap. Or he's about to put Brandon Barrier down a lap because he's beating down the back door of Brandon. Brandon is throwing lefts and rights to keep Larry from getting there. They made contact coming out of 2. Larry didn't appreciate that too much. Brandon got bunted to the outside wall. Larry just sent Brandon right to the outside wall, and Brandon Barrier's brakes are glowing red right now, ladies and gentlemen. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars a lap down. We have 7 cars still on the lead lap, but that's not going to stay very much longer if Larry Stubblefield can get to Justin Smith.
Yeah, I'm the car between them. So.
Yeah. Seeing it now, it looks like Smith is doing everything he can to stay on that lead lap. But Stubblefield is trying to put you a lap down, 2 laps down. 2 laps down.
I'll probably end up about maybe 5 or 6 laps down by the end of the race.
Watching everybody's speed going in and out of the corners, we're seeing an average of 118 in the stretches and about 65 to 70 in the corners.
I'm dropping it down to, I think I'm doing 50 through the turns. Of course, I'm on way older tires than any of these other guys.
Yeah. We're at lap 124 with 26 laps left of the stage.
Right now, it looks like you got Crutchfield and Larry putting on a clinic with this.
Yep. It's Larry Stubblefield, James Nelson, and Kenneth Pack putting on the clinic. Colton Lamford is staying up there in 4th place. Michael Kurtz is in 5th place. Tommy Osborne is in 6th place. And Justin Smith is in 7th place. Between Justin Smith and Tommy Osborne, though, is part of the other field.
Yeah, it's like you got 2 packs of cars. You've got these guys up here in the front. Then you got the other guys in the back, but they're running their own race.
I'm wondering
if... They did a really good job, too.
I'm wondering if some of these guys are starting to worry about their brakes, because I'm seeing nothing but red glow coming through the rims in all these corners, and it's not going away in the front stretch or the back stretch.
Yeah.
It gets brighter going into the corners, but it ain't getting lighter anywhere else.
No, I'm at the point now where I'm almost riding one-handed. It's a little difficult to do. Having to hold my button down to talk. And should have mapped it. I wasn't thinking right. Should have mapped my button to where I could have done it on the steering wheel to talk instead of having to reach over on the keyboard. So.
Oh, that's difficult right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little difficult to do. That and shifting down and then back up, I'm having to slide my hand all the way around the other side of the steering wheel to do it.
Yep. We're at lap 130. So 18 laps before the pits will close, ladies and gentlemen. 17 laps now. 17 laps before the pits will close.
I think I might run just to this end of this stage and then just pull off and be done. No.
19. I was right. 19 laps. Son of a bitch.
I don't know. I think I'm 2. Yeah. So they're 2 laps ahead of me, so they should be on lap 132.
They're on lap 132. I was looking at some other numbers. We're 18 laps from the stage ending. We are 16 laps from the pit lanes closing. 17 laps now, or not 17, 15 laps before stage closes. The pit lane closes.
I think I can make 15 more laps. My left arm's killing me, though.
I bet it is.
Of course, Larry probably have on a button there. That's what she said, button.
Oh, yeah. And Larry just put another lap on Bubbles. So Bubbles is down a extra lap as well. In case y'all don't know,
I about brought the caution out.
You caught the curb?
Yeah, I caught the curb. I'm doing everything I can
15 laps left of the stage. These drivers are going to be hitting the pits at the end of the stage. 14 laps left of the stage so that they can cool them brakes off. You know they're going to replace those tires and get new tires and probably take a moment to cool off their brakes.
And depending on what happens, I may or may not be there for the season finale with you. But I know it's going to be a good one. You're going to have 4 guys vying for the championship.
Oh, yeah.
Through Quick Finishers Racing League. I know they're going to put on a show, and then you got the guys that's not in the playoffs going to try to play spoiler. I'm going to let Kenneth by up here.
Michael Boone just got lapped down. It looks like Larry is doing his best to put more people a lap down. Oh, and we got a spin out with Boone. Bubbles got into the back end of Boone, and that brings out the caution right there.
That's actually good.
Go back and take a look at this.
Actually, I think I'm just going to get off.
Are you done for the night?
Yeah, I'm not feeling very good now, so hopefully these guys can bring it home. And
yes, sir. I appreciate you being up here in the booth with me, and hopefully you had a good time. Sorry you ain't feeling no better. So
yeah.
We got a couple of drivers going into the pits now to get new tires and a fresh set. Oops. Gotta make sure I'm on the live, not the replay. So unfortunately, Jamie wasn't feeling too good, had to call it a night, and he's out of the race and out of the booth for the night. I do appreciate him coming up here and helping me out, and I also appreciate him driving and talking at the same time, even though his arm's probably killing him right now because he had to do it all one-handed. Lesson learned, Jamie. Map the button for push to talk. Or do like I do and have voice activated. So, I appreciate the 6 viewers I got out there watching this tonight. If you want, go ahead and send me a like. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Everything. Thank y'all for coming out watching the Quick Finisher Racing League here on Mudslide TV or Mudslide Media. I am your host, Mark Mudslide Hollifield, also known as Staff Sergeant Mudslide on Twitch. So, those of you that are watching on Twitch, I appreciate y'all watching and coming out having a good time. Those watching on YouTube and Facebook, I appreciate you as well also. Just hit that like and subscribe. Anytime I go live, it will notify you when I go live and when I do other broadcasts. On Friday nights, I do the Quick Finisher Racing League broadcast for the Quick Finisher Racing League with these guys. And I try my best to do everything for these guys, get them out, get them notified, get them published out there. We are always looking for new racers in iRacing. If you want to join the league will be holding recruitment races in the next couple of weeks. This week, next week we will be at Darlington, and the week after we will be at Homestead. That will finish out our playoffs for the season. After that, I think we will have 1 week off and then start doing recruitment races for the next season. If you want to get involved, send me a like notification or send me a message. I'll get in touch with you, let you know so that you can be able to jump into the racing league with us. If you need to, look up a couple of the drivers or look up Quick Finishers Racing League in iRacing and send in the application that way. We do have Gen 4 on Tuesday nights, and on Friday nights is the next gen. They do not have a truck series. The truck series is held by another league. So I am a driver and a broadcaster, but I do not do both at the same time. It is not very good. We watched one of the cars go around in that backstretch and get into the inside wall while I was shooting my mouth off trying to plug everything. Oh, and there comes the caution. That will be the stage break right there with that caution. So the stage break is done. And I am shooting out the picture to the Discord. Some of these drivers will go in, get topped off, get a little bit of the repairs done, and some of them will top off the fuel. Some of them might just put on new tires, and then the rest of them may stay out. We are going to lap 200 for the race, so we're 3/4 of the way there, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last stage. It'll be a 50-lap run. Hopefully it'll be a good, clean one. And we will see the advancements of everybody going through to the next race. Now, next week's race will be the cutting point for the final 4. We're going from 8 to 4. So, right now on the margin, let me double check it. I'll pull it up and let y'all know how the results are for the finals. But right now, the top 8 are James Nelson, Colton Lamford, Gregory Robinson, and Tyrone Yo. They are the top 4. On the cutting block is Larry Stubblefield, Justin Smith, Kenneth Pack, and Curtis Sovereign. So Curtis is being known as Bubbles tonight because he did something in the Discord and it has made his name Bubbles for the rest of the league. So Kenneth Pack and Curtis Sovereign both are a win and in type deal. Oh, here comes Mommy. I'll take those. Thank you. As the pace car gets ready, the lineup will be Tommy Osborne, Kenneth Pack, Justin Smith, Colton Lamford, Larry Stubblefield, Michael Kurtz, Brandon Barrier, Gregory Robinson, Michael Boone, Bubbles Sovereign, Slim Bowden. Kenneth Pack has got to win it to get in, and so does anybody who wins tonight's race. The winner of tonight's race will automatically be in the playoffs. So, if it's one of the top 8. If it's not one of the top 8, then the winner could be one of the unknowns and cause the points to be thrown for one of the guys that are fighting for the playoff points. We're watching as they come around and go in. We were watching the speeds on these cars get up to 118. Now I see 119 miles an hour, but it drops within a few seconds from 119 to 65 miles an hour in them corners. And these cars, their brake pads are glowing like crazy with that reduction in speed, and they're not having enough time to cool off, so you're going to see the cars go shooting through the corners a little bit harder than they had in plan. So, and no folks, you're not seeing things wrong. There are 13 drivers out there, but one of them is out of the race due to the fact he started feeling ill and needed to leave the race. So we have the multi-views going on tonight, watching from each of the cars. The camera angle is changing, and you're seeing each car and each driver, what their speed is as they go through the stretches. 120 miles an hour down to 67 miles an hour there. And Justin Smith just wiped out. Colton Lamford gets crashed into by Justin Smith. We'll go back and take a look at that and see what happened. You see Colton going into the corner. Tommy Osborne drifts a little high, and all of a sudden something locks up, and there comes Smith. Let's back it up and take a look from Smith's point of view. Back it up even further.
Lucky dog coming on outside.
We're watching as Smith goes into the corner. He just overgears it a little bit, and it hits both Lamford. Something broke in Smith's car, so he had to take it into the pits. You know Colton Lamford is not going to be happy with that, Lamford Nation. It wasn't intentional, but it wasn't doing him any favors there. As we look at James Nelson's car, Larry Stubblefield is in second place. Kenneth Pack has taken the lead. Like I was saying earlier, it will be tonight's race. Whoever wins out of Kenneth Pack, Larry Stubblefield, James Nelson, Colton Lamford, Gregory Robinson, and Curtis Sovereign. Hold on. I had that pulled up, and James Nelson, Colton Lamford, Gregory Robinson, Tyrone Yo, who is not here tonight. So Tyrone is missing the opportunity to advance. Justin Smith, Kenneth Pack, and Curtis Sovereign. Larry Stubblefield are our top 8 drivers. And Tyrone Yo is not here tonight. So Tyrone will be on that chopping block because he's in 4th place right now. Larry Stubblefield and James Nelson have been running most of the night in the lead. So they are going to be getting stage points. Kenneth Pack has been up in the lead. Tommy Osborne's been up there. Colton Lamford's been up there. And Gregory Robinson. Unfortunately, Curtis Sovereign hasn't been doing too good. So he's going to be struggling for points coming out of tonight's race. Lights are off on the pace car. He's ducking into the pits. It is Kenneth Peck, Larry Stubblefield, James Nelson, Tommy Osborne, Colton Lamford, Michael Kurtz, Brandon Barrier, Gregory Robinson, Bubble Sovereign, Michael Boone, Slim Bowden, Justin Smith, and Jamie Mullins. Kenneth Peck is able to lead. James Nelson gets... Ooh, excuse me, folks. James Nelson snuck around Larry Stubblefield and pushed him back into third. They're lined up. It is Kenneth Peck, James Nelson, and Larry Stubblefield with Colton Lamford in fourth place. Coming out of the corner. Let's see how they do. We're 34 laps to go of the race. This is only a .49 mile track, so they can only get up to 120 miles an hour. These cars have 5 gears, but they barely get to fourth gear before they start doing downshifting going into the corners. And that's where you're seeing a lot of these drivers burn up their tires going into the corners. They're having to lock up the brakes way before they get into the corner, and the brake is trying to help them make the turns. So they have all their brake bias to the back of the car to help them make the turn so that they don't have to put as much into it. And we've got Brandon Barrier and Michael Kurtz getting into a wreck, bringing out the caution. Let's go take a look, see what happened. Brandon's right there going into the corner. Kurtz is high, overshoots it. Brandon drifts right up and gets into Kurtz, coming into the back straightaway. That turns Kurtz all the way around. And then watching it, Brandon goes around again. It looks like some people... Oh, Slim Bowden got into the pits just a little bit. Gregory Robinson ran up into the pits. Everybody gets restarted before the pace car gets around to the wreck. So we go live. You see the drivers going into the pits as they keep trying to get the last bit of fuel and probably put on that last set of shoes for their lady. That has put Kenneth Peck in first place, James Nelson in second place, Larry Stubblefield in third place, Colton Lamford in fourth place, Tommy Osborne in fifth place, Gregory Robinson in sixth place, Brandon Barrier is in seventh place, Bubble Sovereign is in eighth place, Michael Kurtz is in ninth place, Michael Boone is in 10th place, Slim Bowden is in 11th place, Justin Smith is in 12th place, and Jamie Mullins is in 13th place out of the race. We're taking a look. The lights are still on the pace car. We're at lap 173 of 200. This time around, the lights should be going out on the pace car as they close the pit lane. Let's take a look at the battle box real quick. Michael Kurtz has dropped 4 positions for first place. all the way down to 8th. The battle for first is with Kenneth Pack, James Nelson, and Larry Stubblefield. Pace car is away. Let's see how they do coming out of the corner and getting into the restart zone. Kenneth Pack and James Nelson are side by side. There they go. Through the restart zone, Pack was able to get a good jump. Nelson gets left high and dry. Stubblefield is able to move to second place on the inside of Nelson. Nelson is trying to get back in line so that Colton Lampert can't get around him. We're watching as Pack leads them through. Again, Kenneth Pack needs the win to be able to advance to the Final Four. Nelson is looking to try and catch up to Larry Stubblefield and get back around him so that he can take second place back and keep Stubblefield down on the points lead. Kenneth Pack is doing his best to keep Stubblefield behind him because Kenneth needs to do the win and in strategy. Colton Lampert is doing his best to try and get as many points as he can so that he can be ready for Darlington next week and get as much as possible before the cutoffs. Right now, Colton Lampert is in second place with the point standings. But after tonight's race, we're going to see where he goes. Will he be on the cutoffs or will he not be? And Larry Stubblefield is having to drag race it out with James Nelson. Nelson's able to keep him on the outside going into 3 and 4, and Stubblefield is able to beat him off. Is able to hold back Nelson. Oops, I don't know what that was, but hopefully it wasn't something valuable to break. So we're watching. All Lampert is doing is hoping and praying that the first three will wipe each other out with 19 laps left to go of this 200-lap race. Here at the Hillbilly Scramble. 18 laps left to go. We're looking back from Nelson's car at Colton Lampert, who is about 5 car lengths back behind him. James Nelson is able to slow it down. As you see them going into the corners, you can see the red glow of the brakes as they are heating up. These cars are going from 100 miles an hour down to 60-something miles an hour. The speedometer is showing a sign of 119 at max, every now and then 120, but at minimum 60 miles an hour, 65 miles an hour. So we're watching as these cars try and round out these last 15 laps. This is where all the plays are going to come in. Who's going to have what it takes to make the move on the leader or the guy in front of them? Those cars are glowing red behind the rims. We're watching them as they burn up, going into the corners. It glows a bright red going into the corner, but it is not dimming or going away as they come out of the corners. These tires, these brakes are burning up like crazy, ladies and gentlemen. They are just out there trying their best to make it. and not burn up their car. 13 laps left to go. James Nelson is in third place. Colton Lamford is now in fifth place. Tommy Osborne has been able to move around Colton Lamford, and they are about 20 car lengths back. Something has happened to Colton Lamford's car. He is slowly losing track position. As we look at James Nelson's car, Larry Stubblefield was able to get around Kenneth Pack going into that corner. So it is Larry Stubblefield in the lead, and he is trying to pull it away with 11 laps left to go. Will Larry be able to do the win and in? If Larry wins this, he is automatically into the playoffs. Kenneth Pack is slowly losing a little bit of time, and so is James Nelson. Nelson is now 5 car lengths off of Pack. I don't know why it's staying on Nelson by himself. We are 9 laps left to go. We're switching over to the leaders on this 8 laps to go. It is Larry Stubblefield who is leading the race. And as you look at the back end of his car, his brakes are on fire, ladies and gentlemen. There is a bright red glow on them brake calipers. All the cars going into the corners, you see the lights, the brakes are lighting up. They do not have a neon underglow, ladies and gentlemen. That is the brake calipers melting as they go into the corners. Larry Stubblefield is about to catch Gregory Robinson, who is in 4th place in the points, and put him down another lap. Kenneth Pack is right there on Larry's back end, but there is a distance of 5 car lengths between him and Larry Stubblefield. Larry Stubblefield saved his tires, and with 5 laps to go, he is just out for a Sunday drive, ladies and gentlemen. He is walking away from the rest of the pack as he got a little bit squirrely coming out of 2, going into 3. You see that red underglow from his brakes. He's about to put Bubbles down a lap 2. Bubbles is throwing blocks, trying to keep him back there. He doesn't want to go down another lap, because if he lets Larry by him, then Bubbles is definitely going to be one of the guys that has to win it next week to get into the playoffs of the Final Four. 3 laps left to go. Larry Stubblefield is just out Sunday driving here at Martinsville with the Hillbilly Scramble going on. Two laps to go. Larry Stubblefield is looking to make it around the track as fast as he can and hoping no caution comes out so that he can take the white flag. Right now, Kenneth Pack is doing everything he can to try and catch him. There's the white flag. At this point, it's all up to Larry Stubblefield. Stubblefield is going to be your race winner unless something happens right here in turn 4. Nothing happens. Larry Stubblefield takes the win. He is your race winner. The 82 has won it and is now going into the final. He will be in the Final Four. Let's go back and take a look. See how Colton Lamford did as he goes and takes 4th place. Something had to happen to Tommy Osborne. we'll go back and take a look at Tommy Osborne's car, because something happened there at the end, and that gave Colton the opportunity to get around. Oh, Tommy just slows down. He knows he's out of the playoffs, so he slowed down and he let Colton get up there to get the stage point, or get the race points. Tyrone Yo, or not Tyrone Yo, we watched Gregory Robinson wreck there at the end. So let's go in and talk to the drivers and see how they feel about this.
Finish, so.
Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing?
Well, it's Martinsville. Some are mad, some are okay.
Oh, my front. That's the first time I got a look at my front end. Yeah, it was.
Your front end was jacked.
Yeah, that grill was knocked in pretty good. But she still run good though, so that's why I didn't bother with fixing it. It wasn't but like 22 seconds of repairs, so I just decided not to fix it.
Okay. Well, Larry,
Overall.
according to the rules, you are now in the playoffs.
Yep.
You won it, you're in it. So that means...
Is that the Final Four?
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll be in the Final Four, which is at Homestead, correct?
Which is probably one of my worst tracks.
Okay. Well, Darlington is next week. And the people that are struggling for points right now is Curtis and Kenneth, because both of them missed last week's race. And Tyrone Yo is going to be struggling because he wasn't tonight's race, but he was in the top 4 going into this race, if that makes sense. So next week's race will be a big definition of who needs to do what to make it to the Final Four. And it'll be whoever wins it, unless, of course, it's Larry. And then the rest of yous, which the top 8 are James Nelson, Colton Lampard's in 2nd place, Gregory Robinson's in 3rd place, Tyrone Yo was in 4th place above the chopping block. Larry Stubblefield was on the chopping block but has locked it in. Justin Smith, Kenneth, and Curtis were on the chopping block. So after tonight's race, Justin Smith, Kenneth Peck, and Curtis and Tyrone Yo will be the ones on the chopping block. So how do y'all feel about that?
It was fine. Darlington's going to suck, and so is Homestead.
Why is Homestead going to suck?
I'm not good there.
Homestead's going to be awesome.
Well, hell, I'm probably worse, though, at Homestead.
Well,
Yeah, too bad it isn't Phoenix.
yeah. Why ain't it Phoenix?
It's going to be Daytona next year.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's stupid. Oh.
Yeah.
Keep talking. It's going to be
It don't take no skill to win a championship. All you got to do is make it to be top 4 one of the drivers. And hell no.
So, as we're looking at it, Larry, you came out at the in the last 10 laps and just drove away from the rest of the field. Did you save tires so that you could be able to make it around Kenneth?
No, there's no saving tires. They equalize just a second slower, and then you're just gone. It never wore out. So if you could just keep from sliding them or turning it too much, keep it from getting tight on the exit, then you were fine. If you got tight on the exit, it was going to burn them up.
I knew. I thought I was going to get kicked out when all that shit happened early in the race.
Yeah.
Because I was gone. I was gone for a minute.
Kenneth, you went from way in the back, and you drove through 8 other cars.
Yeah, I didn't tell everybody. I knew it was a problem because everybody disappeared to me, so I knew it was me. I should have just pulled it off the track at the time. But when I come back, since I'd done that, I just told them give me a EOL, put me back in the back.
Wait till y'all see the finish of this Xfinity race.
I've not watched it.
I cannot wait to hear us talk about this tomorrow.
Question, Curtis.
No, I don't want to talk about it. What?
How did you get the name Bubbles?
Well,
that's Boone's story. I'll let him tell it.
Because I've been trying my best not to laugh every time I've called your name tonight, and I've tried not to call your name a lot.
Well, it's pretty easy 2 laps down. Should have been focused on me.
It wasn't too easy considering how many times you spun out and wrecked.
It's true.
Yes.
God damn.
So, the story is, what's the story behind this, Mr. Boone? Is he even in here?
I was just embracing my inner bubbles. That's all I was doing.
Yeah, I hear crickets too.
What's Kyle Petty got to do with this?
So, since Michael Boone isn't in here,
He's here. He's just not talking.
No, he's not. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he is.
He's here.
Let's just say it has something to do with the Bubba Wallace paint scheme.
Okay. So, yeah, trust me, it was hard going Curtis Bubbles Sovereign. Bubbles Sovereign. It's Bubbles! Bubbles goes around. Bubbles just got into it with somebody. But
I didn't get in with anybody.
You got in with Brandon. We actually called you the bubble between the barrier at one point.
Brandon, did we get into each other?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Once.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It was like lap 30-something or lap 40-something, somewhere in there. So.
Well, I'll go to 29 then.
Go to lap 144.
Lap 144.
144.
Yeah.
Is that what we're waiting on?
I'm looking.
If I could,
It was Curtis's fault.
Was it?
No.
Oh, I was being close to him.
You're pretty close.
No, lap 144 is Slim entering the pits because Colton crashed in front of him.
Maybe not look at him.
Oh, ooh.
Let's go, babe.
Oh.
yeah, if I could interject real quick, I just got to apologize to my buddy Justin. This is the second week in a row that me and him got tangled up. First it's Talladega, next it's Martinsville, and I'm so sorry.
You're good. Yeah, I can ruin my night, but we're good.
Yeah,
It was struggling.
I was doing decent. I just, man,
Hey, Justin, did something break on your car?
Yeah, well, I didn't finish it.
Okay.
I didn't use it up. So
Well, we saw that Colton got down low, and then as you were going around him, all of a sudden something broke, and you just went right across.
No, I just lost it. Tommy lost it, and then he lost it, and I lost it.
it was a domino effect.
Yeah.
So I saw Tommy kind of get a little squirrely in front of me coming out of that turn. I was like, oh, I got to get on the brakes just a little bit more. And then I got a little loose. And I was like, all right, cool, I saved it.
When was that? When you two spun coming off of the turn?
Yep.
Yeah. I was going to let you go by me, Colton.
I know, and I think I could have sworn I saw you kind of like fishtail just a little bit. And I'm like, oh, hold on, let me try and readjust my line off of this turn, and then
no, I hit the brakes. That's all I did. I slowed down to let you go by, and then next thing I saw was you two spinning in my mirror. I was like, well, that plan didn't work. I was just trying to help these guys out that were in the playoffs.
I think you can.
Yeah.
Man, I thought that was Colton and Curtis, but that was Brandon behind Colton, and I was like, oh shit, he ain't in the playoffs. But oh well.
So my
good job anyway, Brandon.
Do what?
So my take on this, if you look at Smokey, you brake where I was braking, so I'm gonna say that's normal braking zone. But Brandon doesn't brake until 2.5 car lengths past where I normally brake, but that might be your normal brake, you know what I mean? And y'all just collided.
Are you watching it from the restart?
Yeah, you got to go back to lap 143. There's a multiple lap incident with those two.
Yeah,
I didn't know that
with
part.
the bump and run.
Okay.
All I did was go for the lucky dog spot by going into one clear under somebody and got turned into and threw into the wall on the back stretch. So I just gave a little bump into turn one. Didn't wreck nobody.
Well,
you put me.
I'm gonna keep my mouth fucking shut right now.
I mean, you throw me.
It's all right.
If you throw me in the wall, expect a little bump back. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying is, why are you racing when you don't even shut most of the time, and then you're racing like that to a playoff driver? Smokey.
He was racing aggressively, Smokey, not uncleanly, until you doored him down into the wall. That much I can agree with.
I would have let it go if you didn't door me.
That was Martinsville hardcore racing, and then you did blatantly door him.
Going for the lucky dog spot was it.
When did all this happen so I can look at it?
Yeah, I'm looking
Lap
at
143 to 144, and then in 145.
And then you're live on the internet.
Now, I don't necessarily agree with Brandon's bump. That was pretty rough. But
I was on the brake. If
you got to look at the whole thing before decisions get made.
Yeah, I mean. Jamie Mullins once told me to tell you he's sorry, Brandon. It was his fault, not yours. You were actually slowing down to take the corner, and Jamie came down into you, and that's when you locked up and came up into him. So he said he didn't think it was any hard feelings between the two of you, Brandon.
Oh, yeah, no, I let him have his spot back.
Yeah, he said it was his fault. And he admitted it was his fault. Because I went and reviewed it and let him know what happened.
Ooh. Right, but just for I didn't know what happened, so I was just giving him his spot back.
If we want to look at somebody that really took somebody out, go to 136.
136.
136.
Would that be Bubbles passing Michael Boone?
Yeah, check that one out.
I was going to say, it wasn't me. I only have a 4X. Curtis was the only one that wrecked me, so here we go. But he really didn't wreck me. I just ran into him.
All right. We're taking oh, yeah.
He broke my wheel, man.
Curtis sent Boone right into the outside wall.
Is that a vintage McDonald's move?
Yeah. The next move would you guys crawling out of your cars, and he just comes up and starts pushing you.
Yep.
Oh, no, he crashed.
I thought it was Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys.
I did too. Yeah. That's why I said go pet your cats or something.
It's all good.
You'll get in more trouble with Mr. Leahy. Rest in peace on
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Watch this
The end of the
pass.
stream?
What? No, I'm watching this pass on Gregory Robinson passing Brandon Barrier here at 139, I think it is.
Oh, I got you.
Oh no, that says Michael Boone.
Man, Boone, you're very popular.
I was trying because it showed me just a second ago Brandon passing Greg, and I was trying to see that because I missed.
Take a look at 201 from my car.
Oh,
boys.
I seen yours. Brandon, okay, 145 is what it is.
143.
All right, boys. I'll see y'all later. Brandon, I'll see you Monday.
Yep.
Take it easy.
All right, Carlton. Take it easy, buddy.
Yep. Have a good one. All right, so who's excited for Darlington next week?
Hell, if I can drive the GM4 at it, I can drive this one, I guess.
All right. Listen, are we still live on the air?
Yeah. I'm about to close it out though.
Yeah,
Scott
close
Peck says, "Good race, brother." Number 16. I told somebody to tap number 82. Good win, number 82.
I knew he'd say that.
So, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Y'all can go ahead and discuss what y'all need to discuss. I'm out for the night.
Thank.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go back live, and I am going to end this stream.